So,
Good morning, ma'am. My name is Paul Rushworth. I'm from Jordan Maxwell Solicitors, and I'm appearing here on behalf of the claimant, Anna Dolby, today. I'm assisted by my friend Frankie Fletcher of Fisher & Company Solicitors, who's appearing on behalf of the defendant, Sean Smith. We're here today to ask you to order summary judgment against the defendant pursuant to CPR Rule 24. Do you wish me to give you a brief summary of the case so far?
yes, that would be helpful.
This is a simple debt action. The claimant supplied a television to the defendant, Sean Smith, on the 25th of February. And he hasn't paid the amount for the television, despite two invoices being sent, the second one which was sent on the 25th of March this year. Since then, a letter of claim has been sent and it's been served on the defendant on the 28th of April. The defendant's acknowledged service and he's filed a defence on the 12th of May. And we're here today to ask you to consider CPR Rule 24, if I can point to CPR Rule 24. You can exercise your powers under CPR Rule 24.2, paragraph A, subparagraph 2, if you believe that the defendant has no real prospect of successfully defending the claim or issue, and also under paragraph B, if there's no other compelling reason why the issue should be disposed of trial. It's our intention today that the defendant doesn't have any real prospect, and the test to be satisfied is that he must have at least some prospect, and it must be more than a fanciful prospect, and we don't believe that this is the case. I'd like to take you through the witness statements to try and prove this to you, if that's okay, ma'am. First of all, if I could direct you to the witness statement of the 2nd of July 2005 of Sean Smith. If we look at paragraph 4 there, we can see that Sean Smith says that it's the term of the contract that the television, DVD and CD player should be of excellent quality, and it also should be suitable for use in a large loft apartment. It's our submission today that the law of contract doesn't extend that far, and whilst it's reasonable for him to assume that goods which are supplied are of reasonable quality, it's unreasonable for him to assume that he can dictate the environment in which the television's used. So in short, we don't believe that the television was problematic on sale. We think rather it was the way that he used it that was caused the problem. If I can now refer you to the purported defence of Sean Smith, which is dated the 12th of May 2005. Can you see that? Again, in paragraph 4, Sean Smith asserts that after a couple of days testing the system, it became defective. It's our submission that if after a couple of days he realised there was a problem, he could have exercised his statutory right pursuant to Section 35 of the Sale of Goods Act. Can you see the Sale of Goods Act that I've provided you with?
Yes.
Under Section 35, paragraph 4, the buyer is deemed to have accepted the goods when, after a lapse of reasonable time, he retains the goods without intimating to the seller that he's rejected them. So it's our submission that if he realised there was a problem after 2 days, he should have taken the goods back and he could have exercised his right to have a refund or to have the goods repaired. He's now had the television for nearly 5 months and he still hasn't done anything.
Could you just remind me what date proceedings were issued on?
The proceedings were issued. The letter of claim was sent on the 1st of April and the claim was served on the defendant on the 28th of April. So in summary and conclusion, I submit that the purported defence of Sean Smith is fanciful and it could not succeed. So in regard to that, I ask that you strike out his defence and you order summary judgment and allow the claimant to claim the amount of debt that's still outstanding. If they're my submissions, ma'am, is there anything else that I can assist you with?
I think I am prepared to grant summary judgment for the claimant. What do you have for the interest calculation? What do you make the figure to be?
The interest calculation at this point I make to be the £408 pursuant to Section 69 of the County Courts Act 1984. There's 120 days at the moment charged at 8%, which gives £408, and further interest from the date of issue at £3.40 per day. It's 65 days now since the date of issue. That comes to £221.
Okay, I think it's 408 or altogether, but don't worry about that. Is there anything else you'd wish to address me on?
Yes, ma'am, I'd like you to consider costs in this case, and I'd like to apply for costs in any event on the basis that it's the defendant's fault that we've had to enter into summary judgment.
Well, I've given you the order, you've got the judgment, so what is the costs you'd like?
I'd like to apply for costs pursuant to section 45.2, table 1, under rule 45.2. There's fixed costs for an entry of judgment in a claim for the recovery of money of £100, and also under rule 45.4, if we look at table 3, I'd like to add to that the £210 where summary judgment is given, totaling £310 in total.
That's all for costs?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, I'll switch this off because we don't do all